Alright, so we're busy with asset management question or fixed assets, and we need to do the asset disposal account, which is an N account, nominal account, in the general ledger of DL Stores. Alright, so what do we do? What are we trying to do in the asset disposal account? Disposal means we are selling the asset. Okay, so firstly, when we are selling the asset, we want to know if we are making a profit or a loss when we are selling this asset. In this case, it's equipment that we are selling. Alright, so let's look at the information that they gave us again. So they tell us on the 1st of July, we sold this old equipment. So if it's sold, it becomes asset disposal for 38,000. So that's what we got for it. And an EFT was received. So that means we received cash for it. So that's the first thing that we need to remember. Secondly, we originally bought this equipment for 60,000 Rand on the 1st of September 2019. So that's the cost price. When we are selling this asset, we want to take it out of our equipment account. So equipment normally has increases as an asset on the debit side. Okay, so if we look at this, and equipment normally has this 60,000 Rand that we had on the debit side, right? If we are selling it, we definitely want to put it on that 60,000, referring to that specifically, on the credit side, because it decreases, asset decreases on the credit side. So if we are crediting equipment, we therefore need to debit asset disposal, which is our contra account. So credit equipment, debit asset disposal. So that's the 60,000 Rand. Okay, but another way to look at it, it's on the same side. So we're crediting the equipment and we're debiting the asset disposal. Right, I'm just going to say that. I want to say something else. I'm going to leave it at that. Alright, on which day did we sell it? On the 1st of July. So the whole asset disposal account will be shown at the date when we actually sold this asset. Now, I want to know if I'm making a profit or a loss. So to be able to know that, I must compare it against what I got for it and what it was worth. Okay, so how do I get to what it is worth, the carrying value? You take your cost price minus your accumulated depreciation. So that's the cost price part. Okay, that's the cost price, and this part is the accumulated depreciation part. Why? Because that is what we are decreasing the value of your asset worth to know what it's actually worth. Where did I get this 19,680? We got it here from below. There's the 4,000, there's the 11,200, and there's the 4,480, because we want to take out all the accumulated depreciation, the 19,680 at the bottom. We want to take it out of to get to the carrying value. Alright, so cost price minus accumulated depreciation is your carrying value. Alright, so there's accumulated depreciation. Why is it on the credit side of asset disposal? Because normally I would say the following. I would say, okay, accumulated depreciation. Where do we normally put accumulated depreciation? We put it on the credit side here. Why? Because we are debiting depreciation, crediting accumulated depreciation. Now, that's when I normally put it on this side. So to be able, when I'm selling the asset, I have to take out this 19,680. I have to take it out because I want to make, I don't have that asset anymore, so I have to take it out of my books. I showed everything on my books on the credit side, and now I'm taking it out, so I have to put it on the other side. I'm taking it out, so I'm decreasing all the accumulated depreciation. So if I'm debiting accumulated depreciation, I'm going to take it to asset disposal. So I'm only asked the asset disposal account, so therefore it will be on the credit side over here. What did I sell this asset for? Okay, so carrying value would be the 60,000 Rand minus the 19,680. That will show you what it's worth. Okay, so what did I get for it? I got 38,000 for it. Why do I say that? I get it from here because I sold it for 38,000. So what will happen? I sold it via EFT, so I get cash in. Bank is debited. Therefore, if bank is debited, the only other option in the asset disposal account is to credit it. And there you will see it, bank 38,000. Now, if I'm balancing this account, I'm not, if I'm closing off the account, let me rather say that, which side is the biggest? 60,000 is on this side. I put 60,000 on the other side, and then that will be my balancing figure. Now, how do I know if it's a loss or an income? We work it out like this. I have to add 2,320 here to get to 60,000 Rand. Therefore, asset disposal is credited. The other account, which is will then be debited. And if the other account is debited, expenses are debited, and that's why it's a loss. Alright, another way that I could have seen that I'm making a loss of 2,320, I could have taken the 60,000 minus the 19,680, then I get a value of just over 40,000. I think it's 40,000 and something, and I compare it against what I'm getting for it, and then I see, okay, it's worth 40,320, and I only get 38,000 for it, so I'm making a loss of 2,320. So that's the asset disposal account for question 2.